Hey, what's going on, guys? Bflattened here with a brand new video today. Today we're going to be talking about the Poison Hand. The Poison Hand is actually a very cool weapon that you can attach onto your character for some stat buffs. But before we talk about the Poison Hand, let's go ahead and just get the item, shall we? We are in the Bflattened Tower settlement. This is the very beginning of the settlement itself. You can access it by going through Main Gate Cross, clearing some scorpions, and then just making your way up the stairs to reach this site of grace, as you can see right down here. So, to make this video a little bit easier on myself, I cleared the enemies up ahead so that we wouldn't have to suffer with all of them. But I'm going to try to point them out as I jump into them. There is a big room of enemies here. I took those out. From the site of grace, we're going to go up these stairs here. There's a couple of enemies that are in these hallways and also some snipers up there with some spells. We're not going to take this right-hand turn here. There are a few enemies there, but we're not going to go there. We're going to go ahead and go up the stairs all the way to the top. There are a couple enemies here as well. Take them out. And we're going to go take a left up these stairs. And that is when we're going to reach our next site of grace. We're going to go ahead and pop that. And this is going to bring in the second half, which is going to have enemies, so I won't have to point those out for you. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go up the stairs. There's this big enemy over here that we don't want to deal with, so let's go ahead and just take him out. And we're going to go up the stairs. Take this corner here. There is a ambush right there, so just be cautious of that. Take the enemy out. There's a couple more enemies here. There's another one on the side over here. Just be cautious of that. The enemy sitting down on the looks like the edge over there, just by the water. We'll take him out. Another enemy around the corner. We'll take this enemy out. These enemies do hit rather hard, so just be cautious of the bigger ones with the big axes. There's an enemy over there, but he's not aggro. And there's an enemy there, but he won't hit too hard. Let's go ahead and climb the ladder. And we'll grab the storeroom key. We don't necessarily need the storeroom key, however. We're going to go ahead and go down this staircase over here. Not up the staircase, we go down the staircase and over on top of this roof. From the roof, we're going to jump onto this little balcony over here. You can land on the tarp and you'll still be fine. There is an enemy that's going to be over here. I looked on the wrong side, my bad. And from there, we're going to go ahead and pick up the well depths key. That's the key that we're looking for. So now that we have that key, we're going to go back to the Bflattened Tower settlement site of grace, the one that we started off with. And after we load back in, you'll get to see all the enemies that I was mentioning about earlier. Instead of going behind us, we're going to go back to the same location that we were just in. And we're going to bypass the enemies. And we're going to instead take a right to where these four are worshiping the fountain. We go down into this well here. Take the ladder and go all the way down. Falling will kill you, of course. Take that ladder all the way down, and this is where we're going to use our key, is on this jail cell here. That's the well depths key, and we take that all the way into this like poison fountain area. Now we can't use torrent, so just be cautious of that. So there is going to be poison buildup coming here, and what we're going to do from here, you got to be cautious of all the man flies. These things do suck if they do a grab attack on you. And let me tell you, there are plenty of them in this area. There's a good healthy amount. There's the grab attack that I was talking about there. Go ahead and just spam roll, grab a couple of healing pots. Sticking to that right side, there is a little bit of a relief here. And you can take out the man flies that are following you. So we'll just clear that up, and we'll also gain our poison bar back a little bit so that we don't have that poison us. It goes without saying, poison is actually super bad, but in this area especially, it is a nightmare. Now, there's going to be an enemy all the way down at the end there. It's kind of hard to see him in the distance, but he is a dual-wielding enemy. He does drop an item that's specific to him, and it is guaranteed. But that's not what we're after. We're after the poison hand. And that is going to be just on the right-hand side around this corner. I'm going to show you how to get it now. So we go up to this little center area here. There's a couple man flies here that we can take out, just so we don't get grabbed on the way. We're probably going to alert the big guy on the way to doing this. But now that we have a little bit of a breather, when you're facing the dual-wielding enemy from this point, it's going to be just in that corner over there. We go across, and that's the poison hand right here. We grab that, and there's our item. While we're here as well, we might as well attempt this enemy. He is pretty much a nightmare. There are also a ton of man flies around here too. Feel free to skip this portion of the video if you don't care what he drops, but he does drop a unique item. And while I have a moment to talk about it, if you are interested in the build, I do have this build posted. It is called the Thistle Thorns build. It is the Impenetrable Thorns, which is new to the DLC. It does hit pretty hard, so I'd recommend taking a look at it, because it's a lot of fun, hits hard, and it can clear pretty much every enemy and boss in the game. We'll go ahead and clear that enemy, and we get the Horned Warrior's Sword, pardon me. That is a guaranteed drop, and he only spawns once, so you only get one per playthrough. If you were looking for two, that's the only one that you get. And now that we have all that, let's go ahead and actually talk about the item itself. Like I was mentioning, the Poison Hand is a item that you would primarily put into your offhand for the most part. I've been using it on my Tooth Whip build recently. But the Poison Hand is a great item in the sense where it causes poison buildup. However, if there are poison, if poison happens in the area, like the Kindred of Rot's Exaltation, it will give you a 7.5% damage boost. And also, additionally, if you have it in your offhand and you're two-handing the weapon, this will still proc as long as it is equipped. So, say for example, I have this rapier in my hand, and my offhand, that staff is actually the poison hand. If I were to dual wield the rapier, as long as it's equipped and it's in my quote-unquote hand, even if it's in the offhand, that power will still strike. So if you have the Mushroom Crown, and you have the Poison Hand, and you have the Kindred of Rot's Exaltation, all three of these are going to boost whenever there is poison in the area, whether you poison an enemy, or you self-poison yourself with like a raw meat dumpling, for example. It gets really strong really, really quickly. As for the Horned Warrior's Sword, it does have an ability called the Horn Calling, and admittedly, I actually don't know what that does. The Poison Hand, while we're talking about it, it is a it has a ability where it launches a ranged attack. It's a spear strike, so you're able to do a little bit of range with it while you are having it in your hand, because it is basically just a hand that does it. This is what the Horned Warrior's Sword looks like. Causes a little explosion there, as the enemy did to us. It does look pretty strong. It is a D strength, D dexterity, and E faith. It is nice to see that it is faith, so you can invest into it for faith spells. Fantastic to get. And yeah, I think that's going to be the Poison Hand and Horned Warrior's Sword. I will see you guys in the next one. My name is Bflattened, and I'm signing on out of here. Take care, all. Laters.